Right, fantastic morning, fantastic morning, fantastic morning. And that's women that for to watch and live. I want TV so your favorite weekend sports show, Sports Arena. And and of course, you say you feel them on an Samuel, you test ye mount ye pa. Many super score, ya super Dean, and of course, super V power. Now, Vin and V power betchim, call V power de ehun jeje. Yamakwabasa na ensama gu epono so na ye hwe no no doso pa what dem say na no ada na ye predictions wa ha ye predictions wa kire say we na beko the UEFA Champions League is set for the 31st of May champion and why na je Inter Milan and of course Paris Saint-Germain and Paris Saint-Germain has said imagine for the first time Inter there wajibi paint you say what the experience be bono but very how that will go and no copy mo na in the Europa League, and you have very proud of Papa, but oh, any day I'm going to me who United fans are more trophy. I say, should I know would they be? I said, they are playing against Tottenham in the final of the Europa League. Now, Okopiem the final of Conference League, and also Chelsea, and that informed team from Spain, Real Betis. And also about the part, I never heard when Brian review that semi-final games I heard and on Nafia. I previewed the Banana who sent on some Society and it is confirmed. Xabi Alonso, Efi Leverkusen. The Kaka Kone, the Real Madrid, the Jumana, or Kwakoja, Chairman Carlo Ancelotti, Kwaboga, Wabre, and Kwaji Brazil, the Jumana, Wapra Chica Crania, a CHLP, Ancelotti, Wabojuma, but the idea Mancolanimra, and he Menua Saman, I remember Yakumu, now I think so. Yes, the running is on. Okopiem wa Italy at the Kaka Kone between Napoli and Inter Milan wine and an edgy. League no dey cinema so. Empire Beja. When they make it to the top 5, they say they are 6 in the EPL. So say then ba ko beji Europa League na be kan ama teams makoma kunsiako Champions League next season. And okra ma kai unipa akasaka class and venga masa. Sa de na oji ane Premier Champions League, oji ane Premier Champions League. Anya de papa. Oji I say next season we say nya kwenza wan ko ba bia boy Europa League na okobọ Champions League there. We see in Australia worry. They said the United now United are quite Europa League, no, they are about Champions League. I think I think he came near the idea. But I know man on some no bebre, one man on no. And remember my yashe. I don't want some up now. Ukopiem won a CAF under 20 championship. I across Egypt at the Black Satellites of Ghana. Through to the quarter-final stage. Coach Desmond Affair. So far matches I have won bebre. Now someone shared them who under 20 this year, Papa. Kodi ekweni bad performances no shade hu so ye papa I just say something which is there that you do anu aboma me House of Oak well the super class here omne Kumasi Asante Kotoko boy here say super class in die se nepa bon e nipa anko performance no just say nothing you be kwakọ he no eso ho nsam kakra na afi yatiasimo ahwe the MTN FA Cup this weekend and Empire Adrian Nani China Okopiem Takwa no bedding papa 2 Division 1 clubs 2 league clubs and Akwambia so no de epim so e wataka no ahwe wait me age that MTN FA Cup and semi final who qualifies for the final Amrene Krabia then a bench the Golden Kicks are trying to visa and of course become Chelsea and officially Kumasi Asante Koroko why and they qualify for the final of a fee MTN FA Cup na boardroom ya dey hon sam atumi abaye pa na ade so tamuchuku tokru mu so ho a ye be ko tokru mu so akọ se ene ye betumi adisika ade agu ye botomu a we ne bebre na na achichi ne kufu de bra I was Sports Arena so and Filippo Tweke for the 7 year producer and Sarah so aye in director and I was Sports Arena so ye mo akwa aba kai se odi nankasa be ka kejuwa ne ho areka se edu boni ya tiase kwan ne mo ya bie kwan mo sabre mo ye kwanim bravo power agene gwadada Din so enum koko kakra din anopa koko de onfani agro so no ka say no o miegu mu ansa na wakasa o say ono wani koko asho no otumi nye eto otechira enum koko wi a na wa join ye power kwaba
ye Jericho
na bibi ekoye de
nyame adum na senepa bon ye de mentiase
oh French and we elective French actually yeah it was say or corny or elective gakra no
acheche say dey
oh be me catch gakra no say bi mu o ka ga to say typical gapa
eko say
Vantes so
Ghana de emfa ho
Okay.
Or Ghana.
It's fine. Oh, there my trust. I already my trust.
And now we can find a
Bamua, Fantas who say your typical Fanti ho. Nani all Fantini be out here, normal Fanti. Oh, trees to be muti cheaper.
Yeah.
They were also a underground tree.
Yeah.
And shed on your tree, Papa Bia. The directors are tree or cacan, in your tree, Papa. Oh, Sarah tree yet. But can I do gan to kudu? Oh, it's young and I line up at the abandoned in the area. Yes, just same for the UEFA Champions League because the Arsenal Paris Saint-Germain game in there well. But that Barca Inter game final before the final.
I recommend for na Minchia production team. I think the media na me clear.
Oh really?
And it's in but for the past 2 seasons, ever since Sports Arena started, me sure say I've got it wrong when it comes to the Champions League.
Sure.
Last week, my science is to say over 2 legs, the PSG qualifier may not be on one. Especially say the first game or boy against Arsenal, born or Emirates, away from home. And as I see, I knew UEFA for the cry, I say next season best Sunday MM.
Yeah.
Because they've been complaining to say and yet fair, so we qualify automatically now. No, but second leg, you know, away in Tinka. Or no, but first, you know, send you Arsenal and PSG, you know, on you qualify properly. Nanka second leg, you know, you are Arsenal.
Now you have a bit of an advantage.
But we know advantage be any.
Onimbo.
When Arsenal beat Real Madrid over 2 legs, they stood out. Almost by confidently because they've beaten the defending champions. They are a better team than Real Madrid. So what is the argument now? PSG over 2 legs. Why are Jumano? Or Shaw or Emirates? By a goal. And even in the second leg now Arsenal fans are confident. Maybe some who say if Madrid are 15-time champions, ever can in the second leg, before the second leg, say they'll do whatever it takes to eliminate Arsenal with a 3-goal deficit. Normal to me, what is the what? Then Arsenal Gina Swa.
No, sister.
About PSG or Paris. Before the game, PSG had wrapped up the title. They could afford to game BOR. Yet miss almost the set. Almost last game, almost ball before the Arsenal fixture. I think they played Strasbourg.
Yeah, Strasbourg, yeah.
Almost
they lost
2-1. They rested almost 80% of the players. Until no wrap up the league no wrap up. Until was like Eriko Arsenal. Partey was absent in the first leg. What new was he going to bring to the team? The calm. He was going to give Rice the freedom. And you but on the day, you know, this PSG team was PSG team a properly drilled side. And make a properly drilled side. What do I mean? A lot of variation within the team.
Okay.
Hakimi or ball right back. But to make a penalty, when it's not there, somebody covers. So the key thing, Eriko, are they standing up for this PSG team to say, Obia taking responsibility for the other. There are no grumblings in the team. There are no complaints. Hardly. So what's the idea? Hardly now going to say, Obia error, MOB complaining. It is not in the team.
Sure.
Because Enrique he's been able to drill that mentality into the boys that, look, domestically, you lose Mbappe. We didn't want to lose him. But you, this breed of players, you can make history. And you have 1 game to make the final. And they had to beat us. Look at how they did it. They scored, and they scored a second. And Donnarumma, solid. Aside the playing body, the outfield players, Donnarumma, solid goalkeeper. What I say, he's one of the best in the world. There are times these errors will be there, but this time around, also in the Champions League, the errors are very few.
Yeah.
And kudos to whoever is working on him in that PSG setup. The errors are very, very few. And he's been one of the reasons in PSG the job over Inter. Inter fine team. Second final in 3 seasons. Scudetto or Bonne Homodin. They have a core of players. On that Inter bench, there's Marco Arnautovic, there's Mediterranean, there's Fratesi, Carlos Augusto, Damian. They have players in the Serie A, unbeatable completely as a team, first 11. The Inter team has it. They can boast of it. But you see, PSG will outrun this Inter team in the final. And that is what Inter have to be wary of. Over 2 legs in the semi-final. Inter, very defensively drilled, but they didn't capitalize on only their defensive ability. On the attack, lost to AC Milan. AC inside almost super this season. Yeah. Then they lost to Bologna at the depth.
Is it that maybe more concentration on
and they lost to Roma?
Maybe Champions League in here. They wanted to.
Eriko, you see, you can concentrate, but you need a balance. The Champions League is not automatically for you.
Inter Paris Saint-Germain also take Paris Saint-Germain, right?
Yeah, I take Paris Saint-Germain because of the coach. No, but I'm a Milan fan. You don't expect me to support international. Apart from that bias, no. Apart from say, I'm a little bit biased, you know, when it comes to my how I think about Luis Enrique, and I've always said it on this platform. Say, to me, Luis Enrique and Guardiola are on the same level. It's only unfortunate that sometimes in Abrabonis are here. I don't think Guardiola is better than Luis Enrique. Never. I never think Mourinho and Cody are better than Luis Enrique.
Really?
Luis Enrique is better than Simeone Inzaghi. And he will show it on the day.
Hey.
Some Yana Meka say Inter is the team to beat in the Champions League. I supported Barca, so we knew. But before I said Inter is the team to beat. Because I have watched how solid they are. Team in here. But the problem is it's an aging squad that can run for 120 minutes.
But they did it against Barca.
Come in. Just like Kweku said, games, I am no man getting a winning game. No. And sometimes I say this and maybe Barca fans get offended. I swear. Sabon and Madrid, Inter can never equalize that goal. The game was ended. We were done, for God's sake. You were left with just about 2 minutes. So what were you thinking? And yes,
what happens in football, last minute goals and people
and yes, may overhype Madrid. But I have seen that game a show why Madrid is Madrid and Barca is Barca.
Did you see Szczesny's demeanor?
Yeah.
Clearly, now on to me handle the game. There was one thing I noticed. I'm telling you.
Kweku.
And he knows these players.
Kweku. Forget about season. There are some no matter about goalkeeping as well. Who started talking about Jan Sommer saves or yeah.
But that would be unfair to check.
No, he said.
I'm just saying.
He's a fine goalkeeper.
Psychologically, games are.
But the point
a lot goes into it.
The point I'm making is say. Oh, Jan Sommer saves will make it. Because when the rating, natural season rating, natural boy corner so. Now imagine say the opposite side and can score line the best side.
Well, but
with all due respect, Barcelona were the better side.
And for me,
we are not saying say one. Oh, yeah, cause you see, Chelsea, what Roma, what Juventus,
what Arsenal.
No, I'm just saying it.
Yeah.
You see, and psychologically, he was not in the game.
Wow.
Minim say be amekwana me hu ya.
He came Paris final no game.
He was not in the game. Maybe Italy is not his favorite ground. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Well,
so who are you tipping?
I'll go
because
for
of
PSG.
The coach.
Yeah, because of the coach. I believe in the coach.
No, but Kakra Inter in the semi-final.
No,
it's someone being Kakra.
No. I've still maintained
how they
played
qualified
very well, but I've still maintained that Barca were the better side. It's unfortunate they didn't qualify. They should have eliminated them.
Cool.
I watched the game for 120 minutes. And, Charlie, my goodness, this is my guy. Oh, my goodness.
Nimbobo. Ti Havana, I heard the final of the UEFA Champions League after the yeah, Shasia no Paco Sienumre. If you give no crash on Sanai, you better Dutchna. On the 31st time I bed, oh, born on one hand, quantity fish, and I heard about you cross on your deck. You could giant screen a base if you are coming upon you. I see Ti Havana. I could stage barrier, see what she near Boston. Maybe say, give me cost to do or to the Last year, my director, Sarah, a do game, no, who players, no. The players, they come when 22.
22.
No, who 46. Because they are boss of Fiano Pana, about BG. Has to do one real. But it's going to be a wonderful night. You're going to share our Tiavana, Tema Community 9. You're going to say Inter Milan, Paris Saint-Germain. Who's against Supporters Union for me? Yeah, what's the see it? That's not it. Bassa will film with Oh, my week was very, very, very complete.
But Mr. Wadi,
I'm laughing.
I get back what man noticing is yeah. Sometimes I feel na me who the entire people certain clubs be. Imagine say Madrid in the final, a United in the final, Chelsea in the final. A Barcelona in the final. A fan base.
But relative to the parts of the world I want.
Well, because you're organized
neutrally.
No, I'm ball. But you know,
well, the clubs to be also worldwide when
okay, so look at Manchester United.
Manchester United. Madrid, Man U final.
Manchester United they contributed to 1/3 of EPL supporters, according to stats.
Across the world.
Look at Real Madrid,
Chelsea, Man U final.
Chelsea. Look at Barcelona, the most supported club in Europe.
And now classical.
That fan base, you know. We mono, yeah, because we say Inaya against it.
Yeah. Paris Saint-Germain fans base.
Also, going to pattern with Tiavana. Oh, going to pattern with Tiavana. Bako pedo bagas o PSG.
But who say, well, yeah, you know, a pep board in Tina. Paris Saint-Germain, so I heard one.
They have a beautiful
along the line. These neutrals will be attached to one club or the other.
So United edge the Europa League. And Tottenham the Europa League.
Any of them okay, United.
Don't do that.
United. Ojia, Rebecca so a better season than Arsenal.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not even arguable. Why are you arguing about this?
Oh. I don't agree to that analysis.
No, Kwaku.
Arsenal went all the way to the semi-final of the Champions League.
It doesn't matter.
I don't agree to that analogy. I don't think sometimes first I'll be judging a club success because we're winning trophy. A lot of work has gone into this Arsenal team.
They're getting closer.
Luck plays a role. The last time on the board from a credible university. 40% of these moments
by luck.
It's attributed to luck. And I was glad that we were having a lot.
And they mentioned referees.
United team has been, in quote, rubbish in the Premier League.
In the league, yeah.
Sure. Rubbish, in quote. Forgive my choice of word. Arsenal has been a team that has been consistently good.
Charlie.
Cup games, anything can happen.
Okay.
In cup games, in the league, you are accumulating points. How many points have United accumulated?
The same teams.
How many teams have United accumulated? Yeah, well, 38 or 39. I've even lost count. We've not hit 40 points. Arsenal, points build up. It will take maybe United to win 6, 7, 8 games and Arsenal losing those games to reach them.
But are you done playing a team going all the way to the final in the Europa League?
Chelsea played, had a bad season and won the Europa League.
Champions League.
Nottingham finished 10th on the league when they won the Champions League for the first time.
Thank you.
They finished 10th.
So these moments are there, especially when you're playing diverse competitions.
Well.
So I wouldn't pen maybe a United fan, but I'm not happy. Amorim Maka said, this is the worst Man United team in history. And even if they win the trophy, it doesn't mean they have. I'm telling you, United standard 15th on the league log. Toggling between 13th, 14th, and 15th. That is not the United standard. And we'll be a United fan be any. So look, cut us now some slack. At least they beat Real Madrid.
United they win the cup. Were they the best team in Europe?
Arguable.
That has been my worry and my concern about cup games. I don't think last time I can say the best team don't always don't win. Don't always win.
Always, yeah.
Win. Yes.
Sometimes the best teams win.
Yeah.
That will beat me winning to some
sometimes I think mostly the best teams don't win. Because Arsenal, they are knocking. With all due respect, they are getting closer. In the last yes, and when Arsenal play PSG home and away, no expected goal near 4.89 compared to PSG for 2.38. Expected goals are share against one say go to concede, you know. I don't think
Sen why extending contract to 2027.
And yeah, be contract extension they encourage.
But you people don't get to decide for him.
And just like
but yes, I mean for the Arsenal faithfuls, say yes, Simon next season they try so to me.
They don't have a say.
I say na me nipa ko nya
adwin.
I say no.
Look at where Arteta took this team from.
Who do you take it from now? Okay. Yes, GBB.
Sometimes no. Sometimes I think this one I have to agree with you.
What is the start?
Yeah, trophy ni nkwano.
Hey,
because
so Arsenal fans will keep playing that kaka.
No. Season Arsenal have no.
What was the standard?
It's unfortunate.
And
like I said, the best team might not win the Champions League. I don't think any of the teams, the two teams are all final, none of them is the best team in Europe this season.
Well,
none.
No, but
none.
You know, you strategize to play games.
None.
You know, no matter how good you are, on the day when you're best.
That is cup game.
Of course, so you should do something and win.
That's why you fall short in Europe.
No, if you are the best
in the local league.
No, if you are the best, beat the opponent.
So Napoli will win the league. Indirectly tells you that Inter are not even the best team in Italy.
The best team has won. As for league, dear.
That's why you need consistency. That's what Ancelotti told you.
If it were possible. That is why the Florentino Perez were calling for the Super League.
Yeah.
And I was believing the format. People
won't play different opponents. That was how the Super League was going.
That is it. I've always said this. I don't believe in this. What is said the La Liga.
Maybe you'll get there. Because maybe Europe.
That makes sense.
So, as time goes on, we'll see a lot of changes. But you see, bottom line is, where did Arteta take this team from?
Charlie.
Maybe. When Sir Alex Ferguson took Man United, the air disaster and a lot of things. So he came to build a legacy. The legacy was that Obi breaking some dominance. And he flourished throughout until he retired.
Young team. There is no way you are going to make your top 5 or your top 4. You know, mention their name. They are always the favorite. You mention a certain Arsenal.
Yeah.
They are also knocking. So, baby, Alex Ferguson, so Eddie United do, you know. Once we start the season, you don't even want to meet United.
Exactly. So, Eriko,
you don't want to meet them.
Shall we be Arteta for team EFE?
No. So, your point is that no matter what happens next season, they should still keep him.
Arteta. Arteta has been stubborn and he needs a centre forward.
Yeah, he needs a
and he doesn't even need one centre forward. And then I say, I'm going to do Zubimendi. You don't need. You see, Arteta doesn't need.
But who say Mate say Jorginho call Flamingo.
Yes, Jorginho is leaving. And it's a done deal.
Yes, and one say Pateso might not give you 38 games.
Meno Ninanim said that Jorginho inclusion in the Arsenal team
wasn't. Yeah.
Because I've always said, Sepate ya fitter. Jorginho doesn't come close.
Yes, and
well, then he also looking at Pate not being fit at a point.
He said, "Omubo first leg, they have to convert makeshift center forward. No more use no. It's a reverse no. Until they say the Omunya Zubimendi. You know Zubimendi is that calmer kind of holding midfielders now. Okay. The Guardiola is money Arteta Mopeno, the Patista, so
and maybe Odegaard and soon Pulia. But the thing is, the news Arsenal fans want to hear. Arsenal agree
top striker
with Alexander Isak. Arsenal agree deal with Gokia. And Arsenal don't need just one striker.
No, Munya Gabriel Monamo.
They don't need one striker.
On board here, he matches. I don't want to share. I be Kagano.
Ashia me fe. Yan Saki.
Sarah, no, it
Ashia me fe.
Okay. Maybe Shabolo. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now we're not in that.
We are not looking at. Share other kakra. When he said before PSG, even we play in their first Champions League. PSG are spending a lot of money.
Money.
And they have been domestic champions throughout. I think, and can the Arsenal fans say,
the last 2 years, transfer market for you almost statistics, they spent more than 2.9 million euros, 2.9 billion euros on their transfers. That was about 2 years ago.
Thank you.
And that is why football might just reward them.
Yes,
and especially the Munich, where every year when they host the Champions League final, a new team win.
Only my Arsenal fans here. That in the past 3 seasons, they've come close to winning the title. The man I say there were times where Arsenal had the opportunity to widen the gap. Then it hits them.
Bang.
Bad slam.
And the problem has been 1-2
injuries. And then
now I think the injuries.
How many squad depth? When you say Arsenal, time how many PSG ball, sir, first leg no. Arsenal your first substitution 83rd minute. And your second substitution around 89 for 90th minute. They did only 2 substitutions against a team all ball fee. Now what that form?
Because Saka
now Isaac hona kikiri out Newcastle.
Saka no. Ama nyebi bia. The Saka boy will start thinking.
Yeah. But say, Suarez money, was the
and
the Hurricane
more. Then I relax kakra say Madrid it is sealed because a Saka ko honoma that position near your position Mbappe mo any Vini intino.
Straight to Egypt, and Ghana under 20 team through to the quarterfinal. Kakra Kobenu so niswadi hunu say be qualify for that World Cup. Until you go so tutu na kakra and this is it quarterfinal. So far under 20 team no hunu saying.
Second game and first game na me hwe. Unfortunately Enra me nya akonya nhwe game no. But I watched 2 days ago. I watched a few highlights of the game, and say me share 2 games. No, na share highlights kakana me share na. The team has really improved. Yes, and we played very well, especially against the Senegalese. I dey ba kwa me who say, I say coach no work on individual way. No, I say obi a person prove BB individual bell. I say
and then finish.
And say because say you want a lot of foreign imports with team. About 10 foreign based players in the room. I don't know what line say since or call Lamasiano or more converting into a fullback. I don't know whether Koku won't say.
But why would his managers agree to that?
No, say I got a developing stage. And you say asset when you say you must say fullback, let fullback row. Odro say a fullback. Odro I'm sorry I know you're right fullback.
Odro is left foot.
Left foot. And you say we so I'm more born a left fullback.
Oh, Charlie. But when I affected him because
no, that's I'm reliably informed. I'm reliably informed.
He's not growing the right time.
Yes, I'm reliably informed.
He should move.
Since you're more born as left full back.
You unim the Messi deny good football. A player of Messi's caliber, those days was all converting Messi into a left full back.
Yeah.
And what deny the share of Messi. Come on,
it was an argument I was having with someone. It's like, oh,
he's warming up. I just told him to pick you up.
Thank you, because he's one of the few guys.
Jerry, that corner so high, right?
I think him leaving is good for the sanity of the team.
Oh,
though he will be
top.
He has this sense of arrogance.
And that because
but sometimes you need it a bit. We a player, Nigeria, Senegal, South Africa, DR Congo. Now, so Ghana is me qualify ahead of Egypt. You share the winner of Morocco, Sierra Leone. Yes, and so a route to no ACFT. Now just a kwambia so you so and I'm how kwako has between the World Cup. Now, you back up now. Yako has any boardroom and then you city El Honomo. And before didn't best share boardroom last year, now let him touch on the House of Folk issues and near Baba Ne Atoka said dinner to I am Pierre which was a Papa talk sorry but I encounter.
Oh, but
now all matches can eat over the again.
I mean, I almost feel oh, so beside he asked a very sensible question.
This is
let's say class honomono. omo head of sports no or car na. Omo programs manager or car.
This is football.
Head of various departments omo car.
No, supporting has to folk. And has to folk goalkeeper any car. And Osika.
Me one who about priorities. One who about yan comedy na ma one who abetia dia kwa bontin cheche so yes arekada.
But you saying for sure say those people
I just ask, I don't know, I'm just asking. Omo car.
But they mustn't have cars before we are doye.
Nti comedy meba. So comedy oba. Na we iska kwa bontin. Se me na me ni papa me checha ma bontin so for monje. Na oba tifie no comedy.
It doesn't make the gesture bad.
I'm not saying it's bad. Have I said it's bad? I'm only asking a harmless question. Say head of sports no car. Programs no or car. News editor or car. I'm asking. Salary seminal at saying, are they consistent? Are they paying them very well? This is a harmless question I'm asking.
As for now, I attack on MDO. Has fans they say that what you say.
The Lali Anku.
Sebi. Eriko mo family in class 7. Sebi. You see, your Ghanaian class no almost so near maybe so I do baby are not fans and also feel say they have every right to do it.
Charlie.
For a club, supporters to me, Pamu coach there. These are the levels you will get to. Your man stop here. One day, somebody will have the audacity to approach Togbe in that manner.
So on our screens, you see what really happened. Wow.
What am I saying? All person will protest against the MD. There were channels. There were channels, Eriko. You petition the club.
So the cost you many
in someone taking action, and you have to give the club tangible reasons and convincing reasons into our base. This is not the way to go.
Oh, Charlie.
Now I could Gina say, Obi officer.
Oh, but you know,
yeah, pointing out, or yeah, Juma Hono. ABA, all corner, Oko close and a very important deal. It could have given the club $1 million. A delay. You don't count
why familiar?
1 million.
How do you know?
That don't call of $1 million.
And let's say, hey, beer.
But Vipa, my mention say, let's see sound kakra. That time, me sound kakra, 1 minute being here.
Basically, Adom TV Live, Asempa, Adom FM.
We don't come here for fight.
You know, I'm saying, a man of Bono, or from Ntutiano, I'm saying, Koye, it's a bear on one casa.
But your secretariat, no. Almost security personnel.
Did I see there is a security someone yet?
Oh, say you're trivializing it into Sabio, go make it a BB or person.
How they
look how close they were to the MD. Charlie,
and they were angry. It's just a mom Ben.
Sebi, in crashes. For the standard I had to focus, do not. These things shouldn't be happening. But use the right channels. Use the right.
That's frustration.
Okay, so Eriko, you was sports arena, so Eriko, I am at dinner and I come and sit on spot and I insult you. Oh, come on, Charlie. That is uncouth behavior. And this is serious. Because Sabi will be a plan to obey in the morning. It could have easily been done.
Wow. Dean, yeah, come on, and I'll
Oh, and I say, I say people think maybe they love the club more than even the owners and the managers of the club. Yes.
But when you're peculiar, it happens. I mean, fans said
the sad thing is some House of Folk supporters channel anger towards the wrong people. MD no mas any. Has anything changed? Sit back and ask yourself. MD no mas any. Has anything changed? Could it always be the MD? Because I don't know. Can't ngane. What's the satire still can't ngane? Ebe tai. Onye ni say bia say u change engine oil and I say u change bibi. Mo change coaches you come back to same results. Ba ko na ofi UK no ba e na
McNuna?
No.
Anya Nuna they say US. Ba ko bi ba e ono kra de wanche kra na ko e. Ono no we brofo pa me de ma ofi me de ma
oh, yeni pay. Yes, mahuna.
Wanche no ko e. McNuna na ba
he had brilliant ideas.
So,
or a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
I remember Frederick Moore.
Okay, more crass ko. And to kwaku anyam MD asem. I don't think say but among for Adrian Shadako. Because it's a bicycle now. Not bicycle no paddle
Bernard JB.
And to me net chain. There might be something different.
I'm denied then.
I don't know.
So I'm sorry, incompetent.
And the way now they
got placards this week now say incompetent.
Brothers, maybe I'm on a nominal. And you want a problem. No, what's wrong to me? Can no crash down for and said down for a grow. On an MD no, no coach, I'm the problem. MD for saying about Wabo McNuna, Wabo JB, Frederick Moaba, Westwaba, and Sanano, Frank Nelson Winners, Oma Metutum, and I nail Neil Armstrong rather. And no, we never and look at the number of people, learned people. I'm going to take it that route. To be an MD for House of Folk. Brother, and you market wow. I gain no more now by MD. And to all these people and the house review on them. Coaching the changes some bako. Kiki musa pamono. Essential changes some back to square one. Me see the last 10 years House of Folk. Samuel Boadu the only coach. What me take a full season. At the House of Folk, we check how many coaches are about House of Folk. How many of them and you winning in the last 5, 6, 7 years of Ghana Premier League of House of Folk? How many coaches and you win entire season? Until you are always blaming the wrong people.
Didn't mean Chawano.
Yeah.
Look at the playing body for House of Folk.
Yeah.
And this one there may blame Ouattara a bit because this season there. On your full hands to recruit.
Well, from the some of the players, you didn't get them.
Why? Okay.
So you have to resort to
justify your processes and has yet.
Nah, that's all.
Justify inclusion.
Yeah, because
I want to prepare some of the players, the coach himself met them. I'm aware what he wanted them to do and all that. Look at that.
Luma no nyomo yesikasem. Yesikasem. Uniska ose momen.
Oh yeah, no.
Uniska ose okra fa me nam.
It's not only about money.
What do you nantwie say to okra betumi ava?
Yeah. Before you continue, let's comment MTN. McCanra or radio so.
Okay.
The reason I'm commending MTN is that it is difficult to get sponsors for this side.
Yeah.
Especially Ghana football. You say Ghana football. But I think MTN was sticking with Ghana football for some time now. And I say I commend you.
FA Cup.
Yes.
Now, but Kasia no maho.
But I be man higher.
Open the cup games.
Open the cup games now. And well, it's have been okoka ba ku ya meka. Usikari una o chire sikari ni open sikari.
Kasia no sika ntwe nyina wo.
And na say na for a year they told be a kind of be quite pull out. We've seen sponsors almost pull out from sponsoring here
with
football.
no logical explanation. That is the bottom line.
Good, but MTN has been with us and we commend the MTN for still holding on to our FA Cup. FA Cup on Yakono. Now, Omo Takwa. And every I think they Omo innovate. It's not bad. You share the and then
Legon.
Domo boy we no Legon.
Anti no crime we problem when it comes to I understand say I na select venue no for the final before Ansana ya baba be.
Sure.
Ababe do final no. But looking at your environment and your mind or no. Mejidi say SSA yehwe proximity so.
Okay.
For the two teams.
For the two teams.
Especially that in the final.
And kwaku me so mejidi say ye need na venues ni nti so na na ba na sa.
Well, you know.
Imagine say we bought 2 BA clubs ah. It would have been beautiful so we taking it to Sunyani.
Yeah.
Proximity. They'll be there. Oh baby Sunyani.
How crowd when you supporters.
Now baby Sunyani. No business say oh baby
No,
Sunyani.
but looking at the 4 clubs now. Semi-final hena nanka
Sa crowd you know. Division 1 clubs in your air crowd.
Yeah, time to visa.
Then you have one BA and then one Kumasi.
Kumasi.
Well, maybe they are just more year be
Taking
it clearly no Accra back any either B and Kumasi na bebo final.
Definitely.
And think no if you look at it proximity are okay.
Nkabe nkoko
or maybe place
Nkoko.
Only park. So only park it will be nkoko you know. MTN FA Cup.
Right.
Young boy Chinebe witness a very beautiful game. And me pese e hwe club ya Kumasi Asante Kotoko game no because omne brekum Chelsea.
And the Premier League side.
Yeah, the Premier League side. And Oshe pairing wa ha nyina Golden Kicks versus Atram Deveza. Atram Deveza why are you? And even Golden Kicks. Why are the papa? It's one of the clubs they produce a lot of players. Some have been owusu na award brekum Chelsea no. Akọ no moto ni free. Golden Kicks. Fine player. Asante Kotoko bebo brekum Chelsea. And ye na hwe nim say final no beba so at University of Ghana Stadium June 15. You are going to play against an experienced coach, your friend Samuel Bodu. 2 times FA Cup winner with House of Oak. Because Onona Okoye since House of Oak struggle. They've not won the FA Cup since. Before Obeba, the last time House of Oak bought MTN FA Cup final was against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Ewa Tamale they lost 3-1. Sadiq Adams hat-trick.
And the first half hat-trick, right?
Yes.
Yes. But you'll be specific on that.
Oba beji mienu biu Eddie Amomo. Back to back Eddie Amomo. So he's a very experienced manager and as a coach when it comes to NTN FA Cup. And it's a competition where a competition now. I say no matter what pedigree, when I watch league in the 30 or watch 40 or watch whatever, when you come to the FA Cup all over the world, MTN and I say FA Cups and the bono anything. Into be say Man City be obebo ni nyina na wolf say na frim. Obe say hospitality be no way you Real Madrid the frim.
That's the man.
That's the man. Experience or FA Cup we mu no. Uko Brekuma at least o Magic League ni mienu. Omako Africa one time they were in the group stage.
Yeah.
The second time first round na omu frim. Enti club no hu ni say club a wetumi agi league pen. Club a wetumi agwa Africa the pen there. The only trophy aka no so obeji wo Ghana ha FA Cup. And who probably obeji FA Cup amawa. Menyi ni say there are so many managers wo krom ha more that experience. Chance Amobodu. Because this is what he did with House of Oak. He won it back to back.
Back to back.
For House of Oak. Even season almost say 1 year the crowd one performing no. He still won it. And he's going to play against another champion, Karim Zito. This is a coach or for Dreams FC. Now Dodona Engine said Dreams FC beat my FA Cup. When they won the FA Cup, Dodona Engine said Dreams FC beat my Africa. When they went to Africa, Dodona Engine said group stage go to qualify. They went all the way to the semi-final
and lost to eventual champion.
Champion Zamalek. Omo kwa way to Egypt take a board draw. And he Menyi say was ubetumi abo FA Cup no so obeja an experienced manager be to say Karim Zito. In fact, league here boy, he's one of the most experienced managers in the league. Or the under 20 team here away Egypt, or the Omako kwaje Africa pen. Anya COVID ne see ya, nko de ko World Cup. And to all that experience and everything, he won it in 2022, 2023. And to kwa kobo, and to one say Samuel Bodu Jane back to back no. One ebeje ye.
And then Fan say he went to Africa, continue winning after winning it.
And I make say, or did dreams say kono kwa wana na ejidi say dreams be to my bibi abo ano. Oba find oba club ya Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And a lot of people expect to say magic now this how dreams FC team we here no. Oba the same thing at the club ya. At least for club ya they are serious winners. one of the most successful clubs in Africa, one of the most successful clubs in Ghana. And on boss that game now on the has Bowie. No, Central Baku beside us. I say game now we are too. I say oh boy, Mujebaya tatis be now we are too careful. Or say has and I'm an anyone. Say dreams in the house, a bona house say dreams and news. But house is a kotoko ye news. Yeah. And the approach now me did dreams about kono. A different from the Amede kotoko bako. And when they play that game, after the game, now a lot of people were just say, "Oh, kotoko, the one who bomb Mujeba Mujob born it, the Bob and the boy." He needed results because pressure Baba no so kotoko no. A different from the Baba no dreams. Okay, Brekum Chelsea. This is how Brekum Chelsea won against Bechem United 1-0 and Kotoko played 2-1 against True Democracy. But there's something about Asante Kotoko team no. Mr. Badu Asante Kotoko team ya. FA Cup no ma boni nyina no. Omo share Premier League club.
Oh really?
Omo 11 wise, omo share 1-0. Ba ko na me kire o so hu team omo ne boy. Accelerate for omo share 2-0. No omo share Future Stars 2-0.
Okay.
Where is the Premier League club here? Brekum Chelsea last game or boy no. Oni Bechem no share Bechem no the qualify or the semi final.
Okay.
But Kotoko baby almost starting your money ba nyina no. Omo nya share Premier League club. This is the first test omo benya with a Premier League club. But like I said, this is the FA Cup. And a whole na lower teams no so e kire omo bobre. Kotoko 4 matches or matches 7 goals I conceded 1. That was the last game of my boy no concede here in the quarterfinals. Clean sheet to Kromobo 3. 90 minutes no money omo wie. Nti omo mrepi, but if you look at the results are eba, it's a lower teams and they are lower teams na Kotoko ni omo bo. If you are scoring 1-0 1-0 1-0, Kotoko enche go. They are not scoring.
They know.
They know.
They know.
They are going to play against a Brekum Chelsea team. Also, are very consistent in the FA Cup this season.
Our nickname is Baby Race.
Kotoko has 7 goals. Brekum Chelsea has 12.
Double figures.
Yes. Omo conceded 2. Clean sheets 2. 90 minutes wins 3. And Omo ball penalties back for Brekum Chelsea. And to Brekum Chelsea share more than Asante Kotoko. This is something I've noticed about Kumasi Asante Kotoko. So what your team very well. Kotoko biggest problem ye goal scoring no. And ye FA Cup win kwa. Unim say January you Kotoko just 2 games per and Omo share more than 1 goal. The first game Omo share more than 1 goal was against Vision. Omo share 4-1. The second game after the demise of Pole now game suspended league no Omo bounce it back no. They played against Legon City so Omo share 2. Other results on 1-0-0, 1-1, 0-0. In fact, last 4 of Kotoko games, Kotoko actually 1 goal in 360 minutes. Accra Lions show 3-0. Omo di fia Kokodu Kumase, and a Nations form the Omkosha Brankers, Kosho 2. And Omo de Pamo coach. And Ombe share Diana 1. And Omo Bankran, Ebebo 0-0. 360 minutes, 90 minutes, Mako 9, Omasha 1 goal. But if you look at Brekum Chelsea, Omo team now, Brekum Chelsea share goals. Even when they lost to Young Apostles, still they scored a goal. Even weekend we cross Omo lose to Ebiana, but they still score 2. Omo ko share Bechem 2. 1 will Bechem. Enti Omo no Omo share goal and Omo lose game no, but they will still find a way and score. Thanks to this young man.
Amankona.
The local transfer market is the most valuable player I will team. Okay. 140,000 euros. Converted Ghana cedis now. No wonder. Say game near Dia or step up at the moment. We can do about brace.
But also
140,000 euros.
For Ghana. Okay,
Medasi.
Na Ghana ha wan ebetimi aton.
Enti no muntu mi ntono.
O so betimi am betimi.
Enti na wa ba na see and value do 140 into 140 no kona koto. O be 100 go kona for koto. Enti you expect say ono no be more the magic and those things. But say you share a few of the goals and send your lineup. Yaba be share a probable lineup no so. When Kotoko played against us folk, there was something and very common in the Kotoko setup. And until no muntu mi share goals no. Well, could they are creating chances? But we share chances for Kotoko create your to finish here. Sometimes I'm surprised because this is a Kotoko team. Me say omo Kwame Poku a ono kwaba na nsen ya oba be 7 goals. Abetamu ano ashe 8 goals. And two combine omo mienu a omo to match 15 goals. Okay, why can't you score? They are creating their chances but they cannot score. And this one you can't blame a coach for this.
The decision making in the final third
is very terrible.
Albert Amwa on a couple of occasions could have set up Fernando Bassi, but he took the shot and fluffed them.
And also chances are creating here when they played against Asofok. Asofok gave me it was one of the worst games I in the Super Clash in the last. In fact, the last 20 years, me Super Clash at times they said they really can do that. At time, but at least there were few chances. A buy and I'm expecting Kotoko to make very chances, no. But we want to deliver. They were able to create their chances because coach Nedumane say Obeboa was a team that will create a chance. Oh, the answer Obe finish it. Now when to finish their chance. I think they had one chance in the corner. Plenty Dimlikasa had the ball in Koko do him. I don't know what happened. No, Jina Horses are not goalkeeper now, but now about your ball.
Sir hasn't got to Konyama Kumpa.
Tinebi and your money being a cool now went to manage.
But this is very close, pa.
Very close. Very close. Okay. And they had a couple of these chances on when to remember. Now when you are going to play against a team to Brekum Chelsea, ask Stephen Amankona from anywhere to match Ogua. You need to be burying this chance already. Only some money on board and saying one goal and separate you.
Yeah.
Look at how close that game was. Even Samuel Bodo after the game he was so furious. So yes, because he thought said the team played very well. And I watched that game. Nensa Komulusu game no. And it's only such a team but when you have basic chances now say now, then there is a problem.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Sir Kotoko. I best started Freddy Kasari.
Over Camara?
Yes. He's the captain of the side. When they played against House of Folk, he didn't start. You don't bench him again against
Over Camara. Oh yeah, dear.
Yeah. That's why there are 2 goalkeepers.
Camara no. To me, on this hour, it's not been tested enough.
Well, but okay, keep clean sheet now.
I'm saying I didn't know name. On this hour,
oh, keep it clean sheet.
Yo,
Tama basta for one prime no. How many clean sheets Nana Victor Vade to keep in a year?
But keep it clean sheet.
Yo,
that started I. Okay, we there.
Yeah.
Okay, clean sheet. I'm expecting say the captain of the side for the Kasari best start ahead of Kamara. Because Kamara die, and we are FA Cup he should be able to give the captain the opportunity. So no so better than Ebenya Biada.
Now I'm just trying to cry because new coach have at least
and Unim say can. Coach no so by 2 games in Washe 1 goal. Wabo Ediana Abo House of Folk. Inti Wabo saying 180 minutes.
Yeah.
Washe 1 goal. Yes, we be back on concede.
Yeah.
How
and out of 6 points when you have 4.
When you have 4 points. I'm expecting to see Justice Blay. Last week, na me person come like first started. Unfortunately, no. Oba in the Classico, no, realize say he will need more experience.
Okay.
And he played Justice Blay or right back. Patrick said one of the revelations of this season, Makan was Sambo Neil and Henry Ansu. Henry Ansu said prosperity ogum na.
Okay.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden.
Also of a ladder.
Was started Anderson team, Che Gamna and Baba Yaya. Baba Yaya on a good day is one of the best attacking midfielders we have in the league. When they played against House of Folk, be on your opportunity to share the piano. And we say fine player. Just a ball and Casana terrible. And to one side they were exceptional player. Be a
overly cautious game.
Maybe. Oh yes, because no coach Ben say which massacre. To Charlie Yambo draw new coach baby.
Content with the draw.
Yeah.
Yambo draw no be anfa sum bi onko fie. O hye me a e be pa me. Akoku player no Fernando Wisdom ebebo. Obo no hombody be goals ni na emba. Kwame Poku na Abatamu a ebe lead attack ne dia mom. Abatamu will be the focal point and Kwame Poku definitely will attack from the right. Whether they are going to score and score more than 1 goal is another issue. But for Brekum Chelsea, they will score. Edu Emmanuel never to Grigoro Brain Setre. At a point, one of the best goalkeepers I know Premier League in him. And they Grigoro Nyabi Nabio because of Edu Emmanuel. Omako Faza now Zakaria Hussein is there. Zakaria Hussein this season will be a share against Out of Lions. Go be a branch and share against Out of Lions.
Wow.
Osanso she almost share media 2-1 on a share go. Me say the goal no share against Heart of Lions, it was beautiful. 1-0 nobody wins that game no. Then you have Patrick Chumesi, Prince Anane, this boy, a 21-year-old centre back, fine player. This season he's doing so well. Then Kennedy Mensah, another young player, on an ebe partner with you. If you go to their midfield, I want to be more interested or then the attack. William Bediako, DM. This guy who called Brekuma,
William Bediako.
And the style of play, no, or a very, although a very physical, but again, or yes, naturally winning ball. On say o DM on Shada Nyadi. I say, and you're doing Buga, but this guy on the ball. Is it for Muhammad? Then 7 Amount Kona.
A border.
The Breku Maradona. Ebekau. Marvin Ousuba when I'm someone from Golden Kicks. He's 22. Left-footed player. So Nyabona or the funny fan, or yes, I left-footed now, you do a body fan. Into Nyabona or the Benku, I said, Alami Yama star be very fine player. Even if you check transfer market, his value is around 50,000 euros. Yeah, because can I only say
these people are just quoting figures.
What figures? The value,
no. What say? Share. Then Vincent Mobila and Kofi Patrick Ansu.
But are they related? Are the Ansus related?
I have not finding out. Yes, I said me finding out. Also work as because Ominaya Ansu, and I think they are all from the same area.
Yeah.
So possible say or be Omu related. And this is the lineup. I mean, we say Brekum Chelsea, Libako Chelsea, and Kotoko. Make no mistake. Brekum Chelsea will score.
Okay.
Sekotoko. Eh, bet you me 2. That is their problem. But Brekum Chelsea will qualify ahead of us and Kotoko.
Wow. Bold claim.
Yeah.
Because of the why?
Because Kotoko can score. Brekum Chelsea will always score. What's your chances at Kotoko? They are struggling to score. Because Mr. better more and that's all Kwame Pokwa. You should be scoring. These players are goal poachers. They are goal scorers. Anyone bet to match. Sir, Brekum Chelsea team now no. Almost strength ni na no aye Ansu. Any amankuna. Because Anthony is how forward, so we are petre ni bi. Or better to no create chances. Na man kona na fa na ho. Aba be. Then they have that fine aye Marvin Owusu no. Also because onimbo ne bo naturally the left no aye adwuma or bed dribble no ne na mfimfin kakra. But Kotoko's team the experience omo no. When they compare Brekum Chelsea, obebo Zakaria of Seni. Obebo ebia amankona. Obebo sa even Gregory ne on the bench. And a few of the players are more no, and they experience. But for Kotoko, they have so much of experience with team num and so mutumi for ball easier. That's at the end of the day. I'm betting I'll be Brekum Chelsea for Aqua go. When they score, I think Kotoko can score. But whether Kotoko can score too, that is where I mean no problem. And it's not make Brekum Chelsea. For Brekum Chelsea, I know they will definitely score.
My goodness. But Vepa, Bremo on the FA Cup.
Straight draw penalties, 2 games in now. If it goes to penalties, Golden Kicks are tramp the visa wins it. Kotoko Brekum Chelsea wins it on penalties.
Wow. All right.
If it goes to penalties. Because if you follow the trend of the Division 1 teams now, that has been it.
Penalties.
They fight to hold the teams, normal call penalties. Lottery. But the visa, Golden Kick, they have done well when they've had penalty shootout. Likely say that and Omnia was on 3 kg. Their first have been kg. Likely say beyond 19 minutes.
Wow. How has set team beating me Africa now Africa or how will it affect the quality of games in
we need a team to go to Africa. You team on more financial
and these 4 teams I call semi-final.
There are times we need they don't go.
The interesting thing is because of time in India to try and so the last 3 finalists in an Omako relegation. Where's as good? They played against us. King Faisal. And last year, Nswatre and a Yina boy.
Wow.
Bofakwa relegation. Nswatre go. As good, we go. King Faisal. And
Nswatre so
egu edrenew. Cap on the obeben ho. Na wo wie chira sem.
So the Africa become Okay, so what?
I don't know. Maybe
My goodness. Mr. Alfred Aka is in the house, yo. Mr. Aka is in the house, yo. Bacho. We did in a review. Madam Kuru. Be fine.
Mrs. Aka.
Mrs. Aka. You know.
Gloria Aka.
Oto Dabi.
Maybe Saka.
Dabi.
Eunice.
Jennifer Aka.
Dabi.
Ophelia na.
Ophelia Aka.
Dabi bakuno. Ophelia bakuno. Idi bakuno.
Ne surname no.
Onyame.
Oh. Onyame.
Onyame. Oh, Mrs. Onyame. Yeah. Fantastic. Wow. Bidaga. Bibi fine.
Nyame adum bia boko.
Yeah, na ready ase.
Me pese bi bisa di say, ase na ekotokrom. Me so me value yesen.
O value bet me do
1 billion euros.
Remember 1.5 billion euros.
Hey, yes, we go two figures.
Let me pass now. My goodness. Wow. And how do you find?
All right, Eriko, in the Ebeke Sikatokrum. Nande the Ebe face KD. Season e ban away. It is Sikatokrum were presenting nice odd. You say and winning team.
Okay.
Both teams to score no. A tie boy. Yes, saying both teams to score. Because season abere obi ehuni oye. Hwe Ice Town say omo coach na keke bia say obesia kwakọ pick up ewo championship.
Asamba.
Into timu so ono say no obebo ne huje. Ye bokwa obi hye na obi so hye. Into your first game so ye Fulham on Everton.
Wow.
You see both teams to score. Yes. Any pick. Your next game so ye Wolverhampton Wanderers. Omo ne Brighton. And also both teams to score. So I think we were City acha papa.
Wolves.
Ice Town team will call relegation. Or da. On a Brentford. We so pursue push here so betimi akọbọ conference bia. Nti no we bie na ho ato work akra no. Eja won my hye ne be 4 a on hye bi. Nti ya pick both team to score. What you say? We so a German Bundesliga name whether Bremen on RB Leipzig. And also both team to score. Team we na ya otaibo ni din Hostinkel. Sambo bi oba how many aje? Hostinkel. Hey, Eriko ne brofo die. Hostinkel. On a 5 back and also are picking both team to score.
Right.
And Hostinkel on also call relegation. But who coach so we making coach bia. Media my dream ho amenti asem dem say coach in the English Premier League coaches on na.
Pesa de.
Omo pesa coach no. Or say David etimi kun Goliath dia. Ono so be bomodin say Obekun 5 back. It is a relegation. So how the Europe now so person born. Me so me ma anya den. Boy Europe. When coach Adom Papa na woni trima na. We call relegation. My ensure. Yeah. O say wo be shem ya akọ boy Europe there.
Freiburg be shem.
Ye nyina ye nko form. Hey, Din aka say Vin Power. O say Freiburg be shem. Obe shem no. Be say.
Ki obe shem. But Freiburg will score.
And then I remember both teams to score.
2-1-3-1.
2-1-3-1.
Freiburg will go
2-1-3-1. And then me bo Adomani man me hu hwe.
Ko to trip
na no man yin correct score. Five me say Vin Power nya bi o say 2-1-3-1 for Freiburg.
Wow.
Tie na fa kakra gu so game kakra we 21
odds. 1 2 3 5 games.
5 games 21 odds. Wow. What the 100 Ghana be to a with platform hours with 1,200 B. What the
2,100.
2,100, yes. With me, you be about there at home. Mesro school fees.
Yeah,
and Rich, guy be friend. Or see Mr. Alfred, me control reset. Boame, me petre or me say adding. Or see me the school fees acquire aviator. Na skawe so ade betwa 3 or no say ne nana na ebo ane kakra na si abo kakra o san ni betwa bet. Mesrem school fees yem fanya vieta. Yem fa ntwa bet.
Odan sika.
Yem fa ntwa bet.
Odan sika obetimi ada papa ho de ade fa track.
Na fuel sika so e de fuel na soko ba to so de ko fa na de akoto
ye. Fuel. Say obetimi afotrotro. Nto de try.
Okay. Now, sika de call this way.
Hey. And you be sad dinner and even power. Omo no mba warranty.
Koku dia
say din wari jame.
Koku we di kan wari usi mu nyande 92 na cover election.
No be adwane sa.
Ha?
Be adwane.
That form.
Na form.
Na form.
Kaje Koku no usi mu nyande. Ye Koku jano, Koku di fie so kwa wa.
Ya na mo me enko jami o.
We feel wa. Obi ediko jewu
Sadia no kan you say ya na
we are hoping for Gringo.
Na
yeah, trust a control me so this weekend.
Strategy na wo kire me am team ware ye kire omo. Na we kire omo omo nyoma no zo ware.
As akwa the open we. Aso den do. Ye bia. Is it cry yes e be ko chi bia brand before. Some men cry. Oh, daddy.
Ever.
Man, me fia ko nyina ba. Oh. Zaka da celebrate. Next week now the illustrations days our images be na ka dey ba last 2 weeks na ba na get me church. But why ask your wife mommy? Why?
Na so better.
Yeah, any wives here.
Oh, you know, so catch them some mention my wife.
So me we fear. Eya, me body no eya chi aquesta. The colorful woman. How to me chire colors.
Oh, so bro we na do
quarters.
People last person you Chabi Alonso behind there Madrid bound. Is it that is a obey maybe a back home? No, a back home until who ba bia so be senior ko fire. And as a walk part na bo ni so ba bia ho fe.
What is Chabi Alonso's reputation like? Then we need extraordinary.
So that's my point. Is it that Madrid? Ancelotti any bad season? I said Alonso, you know,
but did Ancelotti have a bad season? I don't think so.
Madrid have been ungrateful to the coach.
Really? He could even win the league. Got his Clasico.
I'm watching now.
Yes, he's still in contention. Omulusudia is over. Madrid, at a point in time, used to boast of great players in every department.
Yeah.
That has not been the case under.
Achina Clasico who defense or Madeko.
Rudiger. Chouameni bebo center back.
I get.
I know.
Chouameni bebo center back.
Oni yi Asensio.
Mendy ne why the Vasquez. Chalet, you poor be. And what you're unfair to the coach. And one thing I'm saying is, Alonso, can you manage the egos of these players?
And the president has succeeded in buying the media and shifting the blame to the coach.
Thank you.
Instead of him taking responsibility. But and the supporters also buy into the idea.
The times he done bad on their reputation bia papa bia.
There be. Zidane had understudied Ancelotti,
sure.
So the transition was smooth. Zidane by and once the playing body too much.
But it's a Bundesliga winner.
Bundesliga winner.
Champions League Bokakra
and Gasperini cut into size.
Yeah.
Trainer what?
The Anna be American say in big games being who Alonso ye. And then mommy everything here about.
If you don't beef up the squad for him, what the who need be.
But Trent about
Madrid problem in a new coach, you know. It's about the squad depth.
I tell you.
Because actually when you practice
more a lot of injury prone players who I say mu jomo kwan some men the money alaba mu na say mu twitwa mo contract mu di omo ko
it's also affected
jeje omo kwan no omo ko
you better assess ne oni etalaye e sports arena so
Maminchia obi
Maminchia
acting president of Kowu Youth Caucus
solid
wa ukrom your friend Daniel Atuba
okay
Atubi Atuba
okay okay
Atuba kan
yeah
asa wonim no wow president no no nti wo su tia no
fantastic that meaning that be an association bo akwa superstar there some mo invite me to be a part of
the pele of
they need me in there
the pride of Kowu I'm five
yeah we brutal ana champion
Obama mi akwenya Focus Media Award National Theatre ono na AMC
really
solid
yeah and the ebeko ho time ben
8 p.m.
ebeko
na mi esinya me che na AMC ono Roman father
wow last year by this time and I me near be pon say na me wish me mama happy Mother's Day near pon
when am Kayo now we afi
na me afi
no, we have said Mother's Day.
It was the last time I was wishing her married. Obia, wash yapon. Next week, I'm here to my essential. Bye bye.